Indeed, indeed, indeed. Don't you ever forget that. Welcome to LRFC people. I'm back. Finally. It's been, I think, a couple of days, isn't it? A couple of days of no streams. You know what I mean? No active streams. But since I've been away, it looks like a lot of stuff has been happening. Florian WIRTZ flew to Liverpool yesterday. He done his first part of his medical. And Isak, really? Isak? Wow. That's the things we're going to be discussing, isn't it? So Florian WIRTZ, Isak, Kirkes, obviously Kwanzaa, and Mark Gahey from Crystal Palace. A lot of stuff happening at Liverpool Football Club, guys. I'm just amazed. Honestly, God, I'm just amazed. Like, I see things happening at our club I have never seen for a long time. And not only that, on top of that, it's quality players. It's not players that's just come to our football club and just pick up the numbers. You know what I mean? This is a statement. You know what I mean? This is a statement from our football club telling everybody we're here not only like to win the league last season, to win the league again and again and again. We're going to keep going. It's not like a stopgap or anything like that, like the previous one when we obviously won the league before this one, the 2021. It's a very interesting time to be a Liverpool fan, and all those years you've been admiring the opposition buying players, and we just sit back and accept it, and we just say, like, we go for a player, and then Man City come in or someone else comes in, and we say, we're gonna get that player. Now we go for players, and the player actually wants to come to Liverpool, and we get them. Man City drop out. You know, Bayern Munich drop out. These are the teams that normally beat us to players. So what I'm saying is, look at it from a point of view of, if you're champions, you could get whatever you want. If you know what I mean, it doesn't matter like the wages you pay. It doesn't matter like if you're a trillionaire or a billionaire, whatever it is. As long as you're showing you're doing a lot on the pitch, which is winning trophies and that, especially the major ones. We only got at the Champions League on penny shootouts against the eventual champions, isn't it? PSG, as you guys know. So we're showing now, we've won the best, league in the world. We won it last season. Now we're showing the world we can compete in the transfer market. And what Richard Hughes is doing, especially last season, and everybody had to go at him about, including me, no activity in the transfer window when he just came in through the door. He hasn't even put his feet underneath the table. Maybe this was the plan all along. We didn't expect to win the Premier League, obviously. It was a stretch, especially when we bought practically no one. When you buy no one, you know what I mean, and you don't strengthen this team into, winning league titles, it's going to be, difficult to win that. But we did it some way, somehow, with probably 14 players the whole season, like the old days. And we smashed it. We actually annihilated the likes of Arsenal and Man City. 10 points is not what that league should be showing. It should be showing probably 30 points or something like that if we put our foot on the gas at a certain time of the season. So yeah, man, long may it continue. I'm just sitting here like, just can't believe what I'm seeing, guys. The transfers, like, you're waking up every day, there's another player. Now Kwanzaa is going. Gay's coming in. Florian WIRTZ is coming in. Kirkes is coming in. We need a striker. Isak they are convinced they can sign Kivas. Kivas. Isak. It's madness, guys. Honest to God, it's absolute madness at Liverpool Football Club. But it's what we deserve as a fan base. All these years we've been waiting around, patiently. Obviously, some of us get angry, and have a go at the owners and all that stuff. Rightly so, because Liverpool Football Club should not be standing still. We should be moving forward and winning titles continuously and consistently. You know what I mean? So now they're showing that's what it's all about. And I'm wondering what made them think about doing this stuff. Is it that we won the league last season? Is it the fan base, the way they behaved off the pitch as well as on the pitch? I mean, and if you look at the Tottenham game, you look at the Crystal Palace game, nobody invaded the pitch. We celebrated that Tottenham game like we've never celebrated before on the pitch. And then you see the Crystal Palace game. We lifted the Premier League that day. We paid respect to Crystal Palace, obviously, as a football club, getting the guard of honor from them, and then vice versa, doing it for them. So this club is a very special club. And I've been saying it for years. I've been trying to drum it into our fan base for years. Like, don't lose hope of being a big club anymore, because when Liverpool is at the top, it's very difficult for other teams to catch up, number one. And number two, it's very difficult for our rivals to see us, winning things. And because there's no one like us. Let's just put it that way. There's no club like Liverpool Football Club. There ain't. Period. If you know what I mean. So, and I love the way we behave. You know what I mean? We lost one right back. We got a right back straight away after that as well. We didn't waste any time. The first signing was a right back. And not only that right back, as soon as he heard about Liverpool coming in for him, that's Frimpong, that is, he said, get it done. Don't waste any time. Get it done. And I love that. And not only that, he talked to his best mate at his previous club, Leverkusen, the best German player in the last 2 seasons, Florian WIRTZ, and told him, come and join me. Forget about Bayern, forget about Real, forget about Man City, who said he was going to be the next replacement for, obviously, Kevin De Bruyne. 98% of their fans said that, actually. He said to him, come and join me at Liverpool Football Club. Let's there's no club like this. I mean, my dad supports them, my brother supports them. And, If you join a club like that, you'll see how special it is as well. And I know there's a lot of people worried about Florian Wirtz, saying like if he a few seasons from now he could be ending up at Real Madrid. But what I said to people who told me that, I said, to be honest, Liverpool Football Club, if you play for them, is a very difficult club to leave, if you know what I mean. It doesn't matter if you're Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. It doesn't matter who you are. It's very difficult club to leave when this club is on a high and winning trophies on a consistent basis. It's very difficult. Ask Ellison, ask Firmino, ask Salah, ask Mane, ask Van Dijk. These are overseas players, and some of them still remain at the club by the club the way it is and by choice. They could have went to every other top club. Don't forget, we're talking about the players who are the best in the world in their position. They could have went to any club they wanted, but they still remain at Liverpool. Keep on signing contracts, never leaving, never even hearing a whisper of them like wanting to go elsewhere. Because it's hard to leave Liverpool Football Club once you actually move to this club. The fan base, the way the players get treated, their families, everything, like the way we take them in. There's no other club like that. Even when they're failing and they're not doing much on the pitch, we actually still support them no matter what. This is why like players hardly want to leave, because no other big club. Liverpool is a big club, guys. Like, we ain't small club here. We sit at the table of Real Madrid, AC Milan. Like, we're after them too. And when you sit in a table like that, it shows like how far your club is ahead of everybody else. And the way we are, that there's no one. Listen, there's no one like us, man. There's no one like us. Remember that. Don't ever lose hope of players like saying they want to come to Liverpool, use as a stepping stone. Since the Coutinho thing, I don't think a lot of players have opted to leave like Coutinho anymore, because it shows the grass is not always green on the other side. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. But yeah, guys, I don't want to keep going on, if you know what I mean. But I've been trying to give you guys like, don't lose hope in things, and be happy to be a Liverpool fan. And we deserve all we're getting at the moment. If we get all these players through the door, you guys deserve it, because you've been patient for years and never complained, while other teams have been getting something they don't really deserve either. So yeah, be happy for what you're getting, man. Please do me a favor, guys, before I go on. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well. And get on the chat, man. I could see, obviously, Scottish Bear, big up, brother. Thank you for coming on. Jason, big up, bro. Abdul, back again. Big up, brother. My wife, of course. And Mr. Steve, let's go, champ. Big up, guys. Only a few people. But then again, it's early in the morning. I don't really do shows like this, but I just want to step away from everybody else. You know what I mean? I've seen, I used to do 12, somebody's doing 12. Do 11, somebody's doing 11. See, I used to do 2, somebody's doing 2. So I just want to fit in some way, somehow, and do my own thing, guys. You know what I mean? So going forward, I think I'm just going to find a slot that's easier for me, and just do it on a regular basis. Yeah, let's discuss the transfers. Kwanzaa, it looks like he's agreed a deal to join Bayer Leverkusen. It's, I think, all over the social media at the moment. Let me just look for it. Listen, I'm a big fan of his. I think he could have improved. He could have improved as a player. Us being harsh on him like so early in his career is something we need to look at ourselves as well. But if he's going obviously to Leverkusen and then Gayhe's coming the other way, that's the best transfer possible. And Liverpool wouldn't sell a player unless it's another player coming the other way. So I'm sure they've agreed something with Gayhe to come the other way as well. So yeah, man. Look, listen, it's going to be a busy transfer window. And the earlier you do it, and it's the better for your club. Because if you do it early, that means everybody comes into pre-season and you don't have to worry about, deadline day transfers, getting transfers, through the door when we're already in, like, playing pre-season at Anfield, if you know what I mean, guys. Last day of the transfer window or something like that. We don't want to be doing things like that. Just get things early, get yourself ready for the season, and then you just as soon as the season starts, you just go like a rocket. Start winning all your games, get away from everybody, get as much as possible on the obviously on the table, and then see where we are after 15 games. That's what I judge the season after 15 games. We'll see if we're like top, maybe 4, 5 points, 6 points clear, 7 points clear. That means we could push on even further and win the league early, so we could concentrate on the Champions League next season. If you obviously, if you can't be caught by the second place, third place, because although Arsenal's going to buy players, Man City have bought players and all that stuff, it doesn't mean things are going to change drastically. Because I keep telling people, you keep talking about Arsenal, Man City, buying players. Liverpool will buy players as well. Liverpool were 10 points clear. It should have been more, obviously, as we discussed earlier. But if there's players that's going to give us extra elevation onto the team, why can't we even get better than last season? Why? I mean, if we're going to get better players than we already have for this coming season. That's what I've been trying to tell people, man. Don't just concentrate on Man City and Arsenal. Concentrate on Liverpool too, because they're going to improve. You know what I mean? Yeah. But get the chats coming through, guys. Let me just go on it, obviously. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that, guys. I'm on the road to 3,000. If you could help me get there, let's go for it. If not, if you're passing through, just hit the like button for me. That's all, man. I don't need anything else. Appreciate you guys. Big up, Jason. He said, big up, bro. Yeah, Kwanzaa, I just discussed it just now. It looks like there's something about him agreeing a deal. So let me just look for it right now. Yeah, man. To me, I'm sad about it. You know what I mean? I like the kid, but if Gahey's coming the other way, how can I argue with it, guys? Honestly, only a fool would argue with something like that. Only a fool. So Florian Plattenberg, Plattenberg, that's his name. Let's just put this up. So let me share it with you. Guys, I know I'm chilled, normal. I'm more louder. I'm more, hyperoptic. I'm always hyper and all that stuff. But today I'm just chill, just relax. You know what I mean? It feels very awkward for me because I'm normally hyper. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me share this with you. Do me a favor, guys. Just hit the likes and get on the chat, man. Get on the chat. That's what I'm here for at the end of the day. So it says that we're here. Hashtag Gerald, obviously Kwanzaa to buy Leverkusen is considered a done deal. All full agreement now. No, all full agreement has now been reached between Leverkusen and Liverpool. It's a permanent transfer. Wow. This is about how many minutes ago? Let me just check, guys. Sorry about that. I know that we worry about these things, innit? So how many minutes ago? Yeah, this was 9:45. Right, so yeah, a few minutes ago. 9:45. So with a contract until 2030, I'm sure Liverpool have put a clause in there. First buyer kind of thing. I think they are, you know what I mean? If the guy does well, we'll get him back. You know what I mean? Something like that. That's what, Michael Edwards does majority of the time as well. And I know like Joe Kwanzaa, he's one of those type of people who loves Liverpool Football Club. So if things go well for him and Liverpool want him back, he'll come back. This is for his own career. That's why Liverpool obviously want to give him time to develop elsewhere. And I like that. So it's a permanent transfer with a contract until 2030. Transfer fee, 30 million plus add-ons. Medical is already being prepared and is expected to take place next week. 22-year-old centre-back has been the top target to replace Jonathan Tah. I don't know who Jonathan Tah is. Exclusive news from the end of May. Now set to be confirmed soon. Wow. Yeah, as you can see, people, there you go. Breaking. Listen, Kwanzaa, 22-year-old, it's got in the game, like centre backs have got long-term, longevity in their career. So, if they don't get injuries or anything like that, that is. So he's got. I think he will do well in Germany because the game in Germany is very slow. It's not fast like the Premier League. The thing with him, the issue that he had last season is we used to be a team that had the fence all the way down up the halfway line, if you know what I mean. So when players get past you and the ball goes on top of you and players run onto it, you've got the pace of Van Dijk, pace of Kwanzaa, pace of Konate to catch them up and obviously get the ball back. So this last season, the issue that he faced was we was more edge of the box, and he didn't know how to react when players go past him. So this is what he struggled with last season. And this is what I've been trying to say. Like, if you're playing two different formations with two different managers, it's going to take you time to get used to that. And he just couldn't get used to it. He struggled. I think they started a couple of games in the Premier League after Ipswich. Obviously, he was taken off the Ipswich game at halftime. I'm sure he started a few games after that, to come back to the team when Konate wasn't available or something like that. And it still didn't work out. That was the problem with Kwanzaa. It just doesn't get the formation just yet. But that's a young player. That's a young player. Like, think about it. From under 9, I think he came in when he was 9 years old, all the way to the senior team. You've been playing the same formation throughout your career at Liverpool Football Club. So when you're coming into a new era with a new manager, with a new system, it's not a lot of difference. But like I said, from halfway line, like outside the box. So it's gonna be a big change for a youngster to understand, because he's never done that before. Van Dijk's done it loads of times. Obviously, he's been to other clubs. But as for Kwanzaa, he was always going to struggle in that formation at his age to understand this new way of playing. And it's unfortunate, in my opinion, obviously. But it is what it is, guys. The guy's left, it looks like. He's going to be, obviously, announced as a Bayer Leverkusen player. That means we're going to cut some of the money of Florian WIRTZ towards, obviously, Liverpool. And this is where the money comes in for, obviously, Isak, because Liverpool are very confident of signing Isak as well. So we have to wait and see on that one. But we're going to discuss it even further. Yeah, listen, Kwanzaa is gone. I'm not here to cry about it. I was a big advocate for him. I did say, like, he will improve as a player. Just give him time. Now he's left. He's no longer a Liverpool player, so I'm not going to be, crying about him leaving. I'll move on quick, guys. Trust me, I don't really stand still. But get the chats coming through so I could discuss with you. What do you guys think about Kwanzaa leaving? Are you guys not happy about it, or are you guys happy for him, to leave? Big up, Irmina says, big up, Fozzy, an early one today. Yeah. Everybody's doing same time everywhere, so find a time slot for yourself. Yeah, let's go chat about Steve. Big up, fake pundit. Big up, brother. Big up, chat. He says, yes. Fozzy, the Isak situation. I don't think I don't think we or anyone can actually sign him. He's just had the groin surgery. They would be a medical issue, bro. I'm the only one saying this. I don't know, bro. Like, I discussed this with you before, innit? But if the club is around it and they know what the issues are, and they're still gonna go for him, then so be it. If you know what I mean. You have an operation, but eventually you recover in it. So he's still got time to recover, if you know what I mean. And Liverpool medics will look at him, bro. That's not gonna stop them, obviously, getting the player. I think they're heavily interested in him, bro. I honestly think that Scottish Bear, the way the transfers are talking, but I've seen Liverpool heavily pretend, to be interested in someone, and then they go the opposite direction. What I've been hearing, I don't want to put people at a position, is they could pretend to go for Isak, but they're gonna go Alvarez way. So just watch this space. But there's too much in the Isak one to not be. That's what I'm trying to say. But I understand what you're saying, Scottish Bear. I understand, bro. Isak has told Newcastle he wants to join Liverpool. If they don't sell him, he is putting in a transfer request and going on strike. No. We don't want to be going for things like that. Imagine, he comes to Liverpool and then he does the same thing. You know what I mean? If Real Madrid comes calling, very awkward situation. And we don't want to go through that. So don't do that to Newcastle. If he says he wants to join Liverpool Football Club, that's good. By all means, I agree with it. It's going to be an interesting, obviously, transfer, and let's all push it through. But if you put in a strike and all that stuff, I don't like that from a player, guys. Because if he can do that to a club that gave him, the limelight, gave him the spotlight, as a top Premier League striker, That's not the way to go on about it. So I don't agree with that, putting a strike and all that stuff. We know it from past experiences, Suarez and, Coutinho. That didn't look good on us, did it really? So yeah, we need to be careful with things like that. But I can see him, if it's true, this transfer, him saying like, I want to go and join Liverpool. I can see that. So let me just share another one with you from Fabrizio Romano in regards to Kwanzaa. Since we're still on the Kwanzaa topic, I'll come to Isaac in a minute, guys. Don't worry about that. Gerald Kwanzaa deal can be agreed in the next 24, 48 hours. He said this was earlier though. Bayer Leverkusen and Liverpool are at final stages of negotiations, of course. Kwanzaa already said yes, understand final fee can be around 30 plus 35 million add-ons, if you know what I mean. But listen, I like Kwanzaa's attitude. He could have just said, no, I don't want to go and be a guy who's very stubborn. But him going now shows this kid is willing to learn his trade elsewhere, which is away from the Premier League. I don't, with the German league, guys, it's not a bad league if they take it in the right way. It won't be a bad league if they just stop the Bayern Munich dominance. Imagine Bayern Munich dominance and other teams winning the league. What can happen in the German league? They could be up there with the Premier League, but for some reason they don't want that. There was a Dortmund director that was saying he was upset that Florian WIRTZ has joined Liverpool, not Bayern Munich. What kind of nonsense is that? A Dortmund. I thought Bayern Munich was your rivals. It's madness. So they concede Bayern Munich being the Dons over there and winning the league every season. That's just madness. So there's no competition in that league. It's crazy, don't you think, guys? It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, no strike, bro. No strike. I don't want them. I don't want to be that club. We're not that club in it that pushes players to do things like that. So even though you're saying the player is going to do that himself, so yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that from a player. I don't even like Arne Slot saying I'm going to join Liverpool the way in his press conference for final. That wasn't nice either, guys. So we don't want to be doing things like that. Yeah, smash the likes, people. Appreciate that, man. Honestly, appreciate that. Appreciate joining me this early in the morning as well. Very rare. I do this. I've never done a morning show before, like 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock or anything like that. 11 I've done, but not this, this early. Yeah, guys, just as much as likes as possible. If you're watching me and you don't like what you see on my side, it's fine. Just hit the like for me. It's fine, man. It's all free. Everything is free, guys. Gomez plus cash on top of exchange for Gehi. I don't think that's possible. I think Liverpool are willing to pay 50 million because he was quoted at a couple of, was it last season or the season before? Both, anyway. Last season or the season before. He was quoted at 70 million, bro. So now he's only got 1 year left in his contract. That's why the money's come down. So 50 million could be good. I like Gehi. I don't see him as a replacement for Van Dijk. Let me just put it that way. He won't convince me he's going to be Van Dijk's replacement. He could be like a Konate, slash Matip, players like that supporting the main centre back. He's England's England's number one centre back at the moment, but it's the dominant side. He's not. He hasn't got that kind of thing. He's more of a supporting centre back. So if he plays with Van Dijk, he'll be all right. If he plays with Konate, he'll be all right. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. So we're still gonna need a big replacement for Van Dijk. I'm not a gay. He saying like he will replace Van Dijk in the long term kind of thing. Nah. Then you might as well just call it a day. We're just gonna go back to the Skirtle days, Skirtle and all them lot. That's what we're gonna go back to. So we don't want to go back to that. He's more of a Skirtle type of defender, if you know what I mean. At the Van Dijk, comparisons, you're comparing with Van Dijk. It's more of a Skirtle than Van Dijk, to be fair. I like Gehi, obviously. Don't get me wrong, but we still need a big dominance at the back like Van Dijk to replace him. So let's just wait and see. But for the Gomez thing, I don't think Liverpool need to do that, bro. It's just a £50 million straight, and then the player comes the other way because he's only got 1 year left in his contract, from what I've heard. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm just you're speaking to each other here. Keep the likes coming, as Scottish Bear says. Appreciate that, brother. Let's see what we're saying elsewhere. Yeah, thank you, Scottish Bear. Capt Sal, big up Captain Sal. Hope everything's good. I haven't seen you for years, I think, man. You used to come on here. What happened to you? I hope everything is good with you, bro. VVD went on strike before he joined. Yeah. It wasn't a video strike. It was James Pearce making a howler, in the summer transfer with Van Dijk that made the whole situation bad. Let me just put it that way. I think we agreed at £50 million with Southampton, and then James Pearce, said it before everybody else when it wasn't supposed to be let out. So they made it even worse. Southampton decided to keep Van Dijk. We waited until January. And then I don't think he went on strike. I don't remember a strike, but he wanted to leave. He wanted to join Liverpool. And then we paid, 15 million. Was it 15 million? Yeah, 15 million pound extra to the 50 million we offered. So that's how that came about. He was supposed to join us. That's why we had the orange. Remember that orange camouflage, Holland kind of thing going kit, just to bring him in and get him on there. We did everything, and then James Pearce just ruined everything. The rugrat. I don't remember a strike though, bro. If we sell Gomez and Q, we would need to replace both. Yeah, 100%, bro. From what I've heard, there's a story going around about Gomez saying he wants to stay at Liverpool. So I think he's changed his mind somewhere. He's finally realized leaving Liverpool is not the way. You could still do something at Liverpool, considering a lot of players have left, if you know what I mean. So he's still got a chance of making it into the first team as a right back, as a left back, as a centre back. So he's got a lot of ability for him, just to stay at Liverpool in a way. So we wait and see with Gomez. I mean, I don't know who would pay like 30 million, 40 million for him because of his injury record. That's another thing as well. I don't think Liverpool are going to let him go that easily. So we'll have to wait and see. But listen, I prefer Gomez to stay. I mean, if we need a right back, he's there. If we need a centre back, he's there. If we need a left back, he's there. We've even seen him play as a DM. So he can play, more than one position. And I like those type of players. Captain Sal says, Gehi is an upgrade on Kwanzaa and it's good move for all parties concerned. Yeah, it's spot on, bro. I think so as well. I said, if you're releasing one player from an important area of the pitch, another one has to come in. And I think Gehi is coming in because who else are we linked to? There's no one else. And in order for you to sell that centre-back, which is your third centre-back, you need there's a space open there. So you can't really let that space be free for long. So, I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say to you guys, they've already spoken to Gehi. They've already agreed a deal with Gehi. So Gehi is coming to Liverpool Football Club. And as I always say to you guys, down the years, I've been telling you guys about, Liverpool Football Club. What they're good at is that they buy captains. Gehi, another captain. There you go, people. I wasn't wrong when I said that to you. I've always said that one thing I love about Klopp and Arne Slot now is you buy captains. Why do you buy captains? Because players take instructions easily. You just say one word to them, bam, it's on the pitch. It's done. And they continue with that. So that's how it is, man. So enough about Kwanzaa, obviously. We don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about, other players now. Obviously, we know about Florian WIRTZ. He's on his way to Liverpool. So we saw this yesterday. The family and Florian, in the car, in the minivan, heading towards the airport from Germany, as you can see right there. He's doing his medical today. I think he done it yesterday and today. So he's done first part of his medical. We're waiting for confirmation of the second part, and I think after that, obviously, it's the transfer between the clubs being announced. So, listen, Florian WIRTZ is a super player, guys. I'm not here, saying he's not or anything like that. He's that type of player that can take Liverpool to levels we've never seen before, like in the recent years, if you know what I mean. Imagine we had Coutinho Firmino, Salah, Mane, and having all those guys right, in one team. We can have that now, something closer to that, like Salah, Isak, obviously him, WIRTZ, and Gakpo or Diaz on the left. So we could have something close to that formation that we looked for all those years ago. Because I honestly think if Coutinho stayed, this team could have been more dominant than those 1 point seasons could have been a seasons we won the league. But it was just unfortunate. I mean, Barcelona just came and spoiled everything for us. But with this one, I think he's better than Coutinho. I think possession-wise he's better. I think, link-up play he's better. And I honestly think he'll be not disappearing of certain games. Like Coutinho, when he was physical, he used to disappear from games. So he only turns up for the games that's not physical, if you know what I mean. But with this kid, he doesn't care. You saw him in the Nations League. He gave it to Bernardo Silva. He gave it to I think Diaz and all these guys for Man City. He was giving it. He knows who they are. He knows who they are. He knows who our rivals are. So yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to this kid playing for Liverpool because he will be superb. I mean, and all these guys that's been saying, "Oh, compare Jerky and him," they're fools, man. If Man City fans are saying that, they're bullshit because they wanted him to replace So what's it? Sorry, KDB. So it's all a lie, man. It's all a lie at the end of the day. But yeah, guys, it's Liverpool is going somewhere, and all we have to do as a fan base is follow the lead, innit? Follow the lead. Next season, if we win the Premier League 21, 1.5 million might go to 2 million people at Liverpool celebrating it. So I think that played a big part at Liverpool getting all these players through the door. Our fan base, the way we behave, the way we are, opens up a lot of eyes, especially John W. Henry and FSG, organization. Think about it, guys. Like, they've celebrated Champions Leagues before. They've celebrated League Cup and FA Cups before. Now they see the reaction when we win, the big one, which is the Premier League for us, because we're ahead of everybody else in the Champions League. Now they finally realize Liverpool, we've got a big club on our hands. I mean, this club is bigger than we first thought. I mean, 1.5 million fan base, like through doing a party on the streets, of Liverpool. In a disgusting day, horrible day. Don't forget how bad that day was. Even the ending of it, we still turned up and we still celebrated with the players. And then the players see that at the same time as well. Why would I want to leave something like this? And you got Trent crying on the bus again. I'm leaving this. Oh, yeah, you're leaving this, man. You've gone. So, yeah. We don't like snakes, do we, guys? We don't like snakes, so let it continue. But yeah, let me get to the chat, man. Let me continue with the chat. I appreciate everybody that's on, this early with me. I'm only going to be here for an hour or so, as usual. But yeah, hit the like, subscribe for me, man. That's all I ask for. Not just subscribe, but interact with me. Talk to me anytime you want as well. I don't miss chats or anything like that. I always bring it up on the screen and talk to you guys about it until I finish, of course. I like the lad, D Winter Steve. He's quality. Okay, I don't know who he is, but I'll check him out. He good backup to VVD and Konate. Yeah, he is, man. He's the England's #1 defender now, isn't he? Big up Irish man. I saw the 5 hours as being eclipsed yesterday. Great stuff, bro. Great stuff. I love your channel, bro. Keep it up. Please subscribe to him as well, guys. He's got a wicked channel. And if you want to chat about Liverpool experience chats, people that know the ins and outs of Liverpool, that's your man. That is your man. Gay is an improvement to over Kwanzaa. Yeah, 100% Scottish Bear. I agree with you, man. I'm not here to say no. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. Yes, he's 100% right with that one. If you get to 50 likes, the algorithm goes up and, YouTube notices you got a channel. Oh, I don't like when people say to me, I don't mind it, but when people say to me, Fozzy, I didn't know you had a channel. If I had a channel, like if I knew about you, I would have been here ages ago. It's because YouTube don't push me, man. That's what they do. They make me, go underneath, awkward positions, you know what I mean? Players don't go on strike. There you go. Big up. Big up, bro. In the modern day, I haven't heard a lot of it, to be fair. Payet, Tevez, Gallas, Etik went on strike to force moves. What? Payet, Gus Payet and Tevez, Gallas? I do know. Okay. If you say so, bro. CJ, big up, bro. Hope everything's okay with you. I don't know if you're new to the channel, but yeah, welcome. Yes, bro, big up. Live, love the love the content, man. Oh, appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Big up Scotch Bear, by the way. Jerky got smoked by that unknown team the other day. Jerky is just a lazy player, guys. Like, if you look at his physique, he's a very, very, overweight player, in my opinion. And he's got no pace either. That's why I said he'd be good for... A lot of our fan base was saying he'd be good in replacement for Salah eventually. I said, no. He'd be good backup, like a Shaqiri thing, if you want something like that. That's what I say about him. But if it's a long term, hell no. Captain Sal says that the signing of WIRTZ is comparable to signing comparable. I can't say that word, but I know you comparing obviously to us signing John Barnes in 1987, who was the best player in England at the time. Yeah. Listen, John Barnes coming to Liverpool in 87 opened a lot of eyes, in regards to our football club. We was just the best team in years, man, because that team is what I grew up with. That team is what made me love Liverpool even more, because I was just a baby at the time, so I don't know a lot. But when I used to brag about players back in those days, nobody can compete with me, if you know what I mean. I used to say, look at our defense, Alan Hansen. Look at our goalkeeper, the great, Bruce Grobler, entertainment at his best. Look at our right back, scores a hat-trick all the time. So he scored a hat-trick against Newcastle, Steve Nicol. Then you look at the late, great Gary Ablett as a left-back as well. And then you look at Gillespie, Lawrenson, and Hansen in the defense. The form doesn't change, guys? It was always, high-level defending. One of them gets injured and all that stuff. Then you look at Steve McMahon and Ronnie Whelan in the middle. And, and then you got Nigel Spatman there. Barry Venison, who later went to Newcastle to play as a right back. He was there as well. And then you look at Ray Houghton. Look how good Ray Houghton was. Underrated. Not many people speak about Ray Houghton as a Liverpool player, but I love Ray Houghton on the right side, inside. He was phenomenal. Then you look at John Barnes on the other side. And then you look at, obviously, Peter Beardsley. Not many people talk about Peter Beardsley as a Liverpool legend. He replaced Kenny. Paul Walsh was supposed to be the replacement for Kenny, but it just didn't work out. Then Peter Beardsley came in and just took over. Him and John Aldridge up front. Phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. It was like Gary Lineker and Peter Beardsley for England, innit? That's what it looked like. Yeah, man. That team, just amazing. My favorite team of all time, in my opinion. I grew up with that team. I was bragging about that team for years when I was a kid. And I still, for me to remember their names, a position they played, shows you guys like, I was there. How can I name all these people? Even Steve Nicol played as a right back sometimes. I saw left back sometimes as well with John Barnes. Yeah, man. Not many people know how. We won't know. Unfortunately, we won't know how good that team was outside of England, because we was banned obviously from Europe for 6 years. Imagine they played in Europe. How many Champions Leagues those teams could have won? It's madness, man. Absolute madness. Red for Life, big up, bro. But welcome back. Big up for the early morning show for me. Happy Friday. Yes, it's Florian Friday, as they say. Florian Friday. So we're expecting Florian WIRTZ to be announced. I won't be here later on, but I thought come in the morning, talk to you guys, see what you're doing, and then probably come back tomorrow and we discuss it again. CJ says, can't lie, Jerky tries to do too much. He's the French Curtis Jones. Yeah, he's a ball hugger, bro. He's a ball hugger. And he's tried to do step overs and all that stuff. But, you could do step overs like the Nielsen, and you could do step overs like Jerky. They're too far apart, man. Jerky's step overs are slow motion, man. You know what I mean? It's just very much awkward. Let me just put it that way. Fake pundit saying we're bringing it back to the glory days, inshallah. Inshallah, brother. Inshallah, we hope it. I can't wait for that. I don't know. Yeah. So Anfield sector saying, hopefully I'll put it on there. Breaking. Understand Florian WIRTZ has successfully completed the first part of his medical. Part 2 will follow tomorrow, which is today. After that, he will sign his contract until 2030. You know what I want to know? Yeah, I think it's like 200K a week. The wages. So it's not a lot. So if it's 2030, yeah, that's 5 years down the line, right? 5 years down the line, and you're signing a player for over 100 million. Is that fair? They're like, because it's a 5 year contract. Is that fair? I don't know, because I was discussing this with my mates the other day. Like, if you're paying for a player for over 100 million, that should be a long term contract, not a short term contract. Even though 5 years is still a lot, but over 100 million, I think 6 years, something like that, should be placed under that contract. It'd be fair for all parties. Let me just put it that way. That's how I think. So till he's 27, basically, he'll be here, and then he could go elsewhere or stay, obviously, for longer. It's worrying because it's over 100 million, guys. 5 year contract, over 100 million, doesn't do for me. If you're paying that much for a player, it's got to be something along the lines of 6 years contract or something like that. Not like Chelsea, like 9 year contracts and all. That's just madness. But that's what I think. Anyway, that's what I think. It's just too low for £100 million player. It should be more than that, in my opinion. In my opinion, that is. So where am I? Where am I on the chat? Big up, bro. Oh, Clint, big up. I don't like Isak. That's a bit harsh. I think he will have many lower back injuries due to his build. Also, after watching some of his goals ethic, he looks like an average striker being clinical. Listen. I'm not here to judge Isak. There's a lot of people from our fan base that actually supports Isak more than Alvarez that I vouch for. The deficiencies out there. Everybody knows what's Isak's problem. He's got a knee issue. He's got a back issue. He has a lot of injuries. He's more or less, obviously, injured a lot. But if Liverpool want him, because he's a Premier League proven striker, as Alvarez is, obviously, done it for one season at Man City. Who are we to argue? I mean, is Alvarez is probably impossible to buy? I don't know. But if Isak is easier to buy than Alvarez, is more available than Alvarez, then that's okay, man. Listen, anything is better than Darwin Núñez. Let me just put it that way, guys. Anything is better than Darwin Núñez. I mean, so if Isak is coming in, Darwin Núñez leaves, then we can't really argue with that. But I get where you're coming from, Clint. I get you, man. I'm more Alvarez guy anyway. Because I think Alvarez is so perfect for Liverpool. We could do whatever we want with him, man. Play him anywhere in the team, and he'll still be the best player on the pitch. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, so let me show you the Isak one you're talking about. Let me just put it on the screen. Please like, share, and subscribe, guys. This is not the time I normally do. Sometimes it's 11, 12, 2:30, 4. I do nights around 11 sometimes. So just keep an eye out for me. Just hit that notification bell. I don't really promote stuff. It's whenever I come on. I mean, I just put the thumbnail in there and I come on. Voila, surprise! Like that. Reports Liverpool are refusing to give up on their pursuit of Alexander Isak and are prepared to lodge a big money bid for the Newcastle striker, of course, although they know any deal will be difficult. Ben Jacobs, that is. So what I've heard, the story around Liverpool, around Isak is, even if we sign WIRTZ and Kirkes, there's still money available for Isak. So the story is, there's no, what do you call it? We don't have to sell to buy. We don't have to do that right now. There's money left for Isak still. That's what they're trying to say. Over 100 million, that is. So think about it this way. They might obviously push forward 100 million, and they probably want to give a player away to Newcastle, like Harvey Elliott or someone like that. Maybe something like that will work out. I don't know. But from what I've heard, we don't need to worry about life after WIRTZ. Once we get the WIRTZ deal through, obviously, and Kirkes to Liverpool. we still have money for Isak waiting to get him through the door. So in the last 5 years, they saved enough for this transfer window. So that's good. I love that. That makes me more confident as a Liverpool fan. That actually makes me as a Liverpool fan even happier if we're doing something like that, because it shows like we prepared for this season. And us winning the Premier League on top of that made it even that extra bit, exciting. So there you go, people. 21 is not too far, man. Yeah, man. If we can't get Alvarez, Isak is my second choice in a way. Agree? Yeah, CJ. You know how it is, bro. You know how it is. Captain Says, people say Kenny Dalglish was, but Kenny wasn't the best player in England at the time. At the time he went on to become it, but when he signed Barnes, he was the best in England. Yeah, listen, Barnes at Watford was amazing, and with Graham Taylor, I remember like when I used to see him at Watford, amazing, absolutely amazing. But when he came to Liverpool, he was, I think, he was more composed, calmer player. You know, when you're a youth, you do a lot of mistakes. You do a lot of dribbling. Remember Ronaldo at Man United doing those step overs. It was very awkward. I mean, can't pass the ball, trying to do some silly tricks to get past players, and eventually, he matured into the player that became one of the greatest players that ever lived. That's what happened to Barnes when he moved to Liverpool. He was more mature. He was the best player in England at the time. Let me just put it that way. If there was no Maradona, you probably hear more of John Barnes, because Maradona was around at the same time. You didn't hear a lot of John Barnes outside of England, if you know what I mean, guys. So, yeah. John Barnes, when he came to Liverpool, he was the best player. He was just ads. Listen, if people don't know John Barnes, I suggest you go and watch his, best time at Liverpool. Don't watch the mid-90s when he's a DM. Jamie Redknapp next to him, and Matt Mellman has the free role, and Robbie Fowler's a striker. Colin Moore, McAteer, Stick Ingebrigtsen, Radek Bab, and Scales, and JV Jameson go. Don't watch that. That's not John Barnes that we know. John Barnes that we know, the real, the older fans, is from the 80s to early 90s. The winger, the explosive winger, who was mixed in with Beckham and Giggs. I mean, he could dribble and he could do the crosses like Beckham as well, way before Beckham. Ask John Aldridge; he will tell you a lot about that. Yeah, man. Great team. Big up Red for life, man. If WIRTZ plays as a 10, which of our current midfield players complement his playing style the best? Sobol for his pressing and work rate, Gravenberch for his ball carrying, McAllister for his intelligence. Good point. Great point. I love that comment. I'll hold it there. I should pin this up, actually. I honestly think it's all about the rotation next season. I think they're going to be rotating a lot. I think Florian WIRTZ will be slowly, obviously, coming into the team eventually. But if you're asking me what formations can we play, I think they're all going to complement each other, bro. I think everybody else around that is going to raise their game, because when a special player comes to your football club, you have to raise your game somewhere somehow. So Szoboszlai, it's not going to be the Szoboszlai that we've seen last season. Szoboszlai last season, there was a reason he was doing the stuff he was doing, because he was helping out Salah. Salah said to the manager, if you want the best of me, let me stay up there. I'll create more goals for you. I'll score more goals for you. And he did both the promises. He did, staying up there. So someone around, obviously, Salah had to do the work rate. And that's what Szoboszlai was doing, closing down, going to the right, helping out Salah defensively and offensively, giving him the ball. So this is what I'm trying to say. But I think next season, the most important thing here, I don't think people have taken this into consideration, is the majority of the players in our football club will be possession-based. That's why they're getting players early. Do you know what I mean, guys? If you're buying players early for pre-season, that means you've got a formation set there for next season, which is possession keeping, losing less of the ball, going further up the pitch, and making more chances against opponents and getting more goals. That's what I think. Last season, the issue that we had that we conceded goals from because we was losing possessions very easily, and that's what we're trying to rectify for next season. So we're going to see more of Arne Slot's influence around the football club next season. Van Bronckhorst, when he comes in as well as the assistant coach, and all the other coaches around that as well, they're going to have a big influence at our football club. Wait and see, guys. We're going to be like Man City of today, but in a different way, with more aggression and with more clinical. We've got to be more clinical in front of goal, if you know what I mean, as well. So that's what I see for us. Look at the average age is going to go down to 24 next season. Who are we to complain about that? I mean, so yeah. Good point though, Red for Life. I think they're all going to complement each other. I'm going to see probably Szoboszlai in more as a, what do you call it? Central midfielder. So CM position sometimes. He's going to drop deep with Gravenberch and make passes from deep. And then you got Florian, obviously, WIRTZ right in front of him doing the eye of a needle passes for the strikers, if you know what I mean. So we're going to see a lot of that next season. I'm looking forward to it, guys. It's going to be Bella. I'm telling you, tutti frutti, as Chris Tucker says.
Mamma mia! Yeah! How? Magnifico! Montebella, tutti frutti.
There you go. Montebella, tutti frutti. Our house will be the best. And everybody wants to be part of the house eventually. Wait and see, guys. So it's all about complementing each other. McAllister is a major part of Liverpool. Don't ever get me wrong. If I say Szoboszlai is playing, obviously central midfielder, McAllister is the key part for Liverpool's success in any formation that we play, because his consistency, his aggressiveness, and his intelligence helps us through games. I've always said it. The reason Man United won a lot of league titles, Paul Scholes. The reason Man City won a lot of league titles, David Silva. You know what I mean? The reason Chelsea won a lot of league titles, SEN. These players you need on the pitch consistently. So, we're gonna. It's gonna be, as what Bruce Lee used to say. Be water. You know what I mean? Be water, my friend. We're gonna be like this. We're gonna be. I'm telling you, we're gonna be killing it next season. Expect that. More possession, less possession given away next season, and we're gonna break teams consistent in that way. Just watch out for that, man. Great point. So if I'm starting on a regular with a formation, obviously he's gonna Florian WIRTZ is gonna play as the number 10. Behind that, I can see McAllister and Gravenberch, and interchanging with Szoboszlai at the same time as well. I don't think Szoboszlai is gonna spend a lot of time on the bench. Don't worry about that, guys. He's gonna get his games as well. And McAllister is gonna have a rest, and Florian WIRTZ is gonna have a rest. It's all like intertwining. Don't forget, guys, we've got a lot of competitions to go for as well. It's not just one, is it? We've got Premier League, we've got Champions League, we've got League Cup, we've got FA Cup, we've got Community Shield coming up as well. So we've got a lot of games next season. We've got to balance it out some way to win all those competitions. And I can see that we're gonna do that, guys. We're gonna be unstoppable. If this transfers, all of these transfers come through to Liverpool next season, expect some sort of quad or being invisible in the league. Let me just say that. I'll put it out there. I don't care. Big up CJ. WIRTZ will be a 10, not spending 100 million, and Paul and Arteta. Yeah, he's gonna be a 10, but he could play out wide on the left as well, bro. In case of if emergency happens. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, Isaac Alvarez. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, so we'll see. Fake Pundit says, the only G I will be concerned about will be his injuries. Yeah, that's the only thing with Isaac, guys. Is his injury record. But I'm sure Liverpool won't go for a player unless they know all that stuff. You know what I mean? They must be convinced he'll be all right for them to do that. So just learn from past mistakes, innit? I know what you mean. Just going down to the comments, guys, before I continue. Appreciate everybody's on. Please hit the likes. How many likes are we on now? Let's see. 32 likes. Well, I like it, but we could do better. Let's see what CJ is saying. Sorry, CJ. Isaac, Prem proven. Alvarez did not really. Alvarez played in the Prem. He played for City. He didn't play as a striker majority of the time. He played as a number 10. So, and he did pretty well in that position, to be fair, because he had to play behind Haaland, obviously. But Alvarez has completed football. He's won every trophy. There's not a bag with rocks on his shoulders. I mean, he's got no pressure. So if he comes to Liverpool, that's a player with that pressure that can just play the formation that you want him to play in. Simple as that. Simple as that. So I'd rather have a player like that can just perform at any level. And Alvarez has, since he's been playing football, 0 injuries. 0 injuries from Alvarez to now. I've never seen him have injuries. He's got 0 injuries. Go and check it out. The guy's quality, man. Believe me, he's quality, man. You don't want to miss out on that. You don't want to miss out. So I've talked about, obviously, Isak. I've talked about Kwanzaa. I've talked about Florian WIRTZ. Let me see what I could bring for you again. Let me see what else is out there before I continue. It's just about Florian WIRTZ's medical. And they're saying, let me share this one with you, about Kirkes as well. As you guys know, Kirkes, his father announced he's at Liverpool already, so that's good. They're on holiday at the moment. WIRTZ is done, sorry. And the Here We Go is coming for Kirkes as next signing. Can't wait for that. So if this is happening very, very soon, can't wait for it, guys, honestly. There we go. It's coming very soon. But from what I've heard, obviously, you guys heard as well, Kirkes, his father, has announced he's coming to Liverpool Football Club. So I don't need to worry about that. You guys don't need to worry about that either. It's all good. Skull is all good in the hood. Captain Sal says Isak or Alvarez. I'll take either. That's it, bro. Whoever we can get is okay, bro. I don't know why people are, all panicking everywhere. Just relax, man. We're Liverpool Football Club, baby. We've come back from the dead to our perch. Relax, man. Alvarez isn't worth the price Isak is. I don't know about that, bro. Please, CJ, just watch Alvarez, man. I don't even watch that much football outside Liverpool. But I've watched this guy, my guy. He is brilliant. He is football intelligence at his best in any department you put him in. Believe me, bro. You're getting 3 players in one. 3 in 1. Telling you, man. I'm telling you. Breaking news on Sky, is it? Nah. Stay a play. Just believe me, bro. Believe me, man. The only time Fozzie wakes up is when he sees special players on the pitch. That's when I wake up. I'm telling you. Big up my brother. I know he's a Man United fan, guys. I'm sorry to say that. But Rich is the man. Rich is the legend of everybody, man. You know, like when we had a small channel back in the day, this gentleman here used to pull all of us together and help us out without asking for anything. For a Man United fan, that is brilliant. Let me just put it that way. But he's a wicked lad, man. Banter aside, this guy is one of the top ones, one of the good ones as well. Please go and subscribe to him. If you want to hear Man United news and all that stuff, go to him. He does it in a way that's, from a nice person. Let me just put it that way. Any truth in the Isak rumors? I don't know, bro, but it's coming out everywhere. Sometimes with Liverpool Football Club, they're telling you they're going for that player, so everybody focuses that way, but they go the other way. You know what I mean? So I don't know, mate. If it's true, man, everybody's finished. You guys are already finished anyway. Man United is already finished, but everyone else around you will be finished as well. Like, let me do that. Hang on. There you go. Finito to everybody. There you go. Scottish Bear, yeah, talking to each other. Big up, guys, for coming on the chat, man. I really like this. Really like this. It took Dalglish season 1 to be the best player in England. Yeah. Dalglish, listen, guys, Dalglish, the greatest Liverpool player in my eyes. I mean, I'm the kind of fan that watches football back just to see how good these players were. Dalglish was intelligence at its best. You know what I mean? This guy used to chip goalkeepers from, when they're sliding on the floor and put it at the back of the net. Kenny Dalglish is the best. I've met, obviously, Kevin Keegan. I haven't met Kenny yet. I've met Kevin Keegan. I've met Graham Souness. I've met Steve Staunton. I've met Jimmy Case and Sammy Lee. But Kevin Keegan, the story he gave me about himself made me choke up. Like, he says Liverpool fans, don't like him because of the way he left. But if they only knew why I left, that's what he said to me. And he explained it perfectly, man. I mean, it was his time to go. And he said, like, when I left, Liverpool got the greatest Liverpool player of all time. So if I stayed, you might not have seen Kenny Dalglish. So think about it that way, guys. Forgive Kevin Keegan, man. He's the standard. Don't forget, he's the player of the 70s. He's the player that actually got us to Champions League, status. So yeah, man. Forgive Kevin Keegan, man, because he's the original legend, isn't he? He's the original number 7 for Liverpool Football Club. So I will listen. When I talk to him, choke me up, man. It was one of those ones. I wish people can forgive me because I should have left a year earlier to Real Madrid. And then I stayed another year, and Real Madrid didn't come in for me anymore. The only team that came in for me is Hamburg, and he's won 2 Ballon d'Ors over there. So yeah, we stopped the dream of him going to Real Madrid the season before when he said his time was done at Liverpool, and he decided obviously to stay another season. Bob Paisley, I think, wanted to keep him another season, and he did. There you go. So yeah, with Kevin, I've got no issues with Kevin Keegan. One of the best people I've met. I can't say my favorite players because I wasn't born that time, but obviously one of the best players, best people from Liverpool I ever met. He loves Liverpool so much as well, man. The way he was talking about us. Obviously Newcastle, he has that bond with them, but he knows who gave him his big break in the big stage. Liverpool Football Club. Toshak and Keegan, whew, crazy. Didn't Barnes score a crazy goal versus Brazil in a friendly? Oh, yes, in America. Nah, of course, bro. When he took on the whole team, bro. Dummy them. You know, in Brazil, they still remember that goal. They still talk about that goal in Brazil. That's how much of an impact that guy has left everybody, man. Yeah, guys, I don't want to keep going. You know what I mean? I don't want to bore you to death. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Karma Fozzy, not pressing the button 24/7. Just chatting to you guys. So Gahey is the last one I'm going to talk about. I did talk about him, but let me just bring him up on there. There's a few things we saw. Yeah, in the American Art, bro. That's where he was. Let me see if there's any new people. Yeah, I could see new people coming in. Appreciate that, guys. Honestly, Barnes is in a league of his own. Port Ince. Yeah. Barnes. Nobody can touch Barnes, man. In Liverpool, with Liverpool, bro. If you put the all-time 11, John Barnes is always in it. Let's just be honest here, man. I mean, let's just be honest. Mr. Funk, please subscribe if you're new. Yeah, appreciate that, guy. Appreciate that. Big up Clark. I'm just bringing the new people in. Big up, brother. Big up Alfred. Big up. Guys, I'm on the road to 3,000 subscribers. If you could help me get there, I appreciate that. If not, just hit the like button for me, and that's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. If you don't like me, you can, pass and hit the like at the same time. You know what I mean? Let's see what's him. Japan scored that great goal against Brazil in the Americana. Yeah. Americana? Isn't it Americana? I don't know. I'm bad at names with stadiums. Yeah, it's the Brazilian stadium, isn't it? Great goal, man. I still remember that. Coming from the left-hand side, right across the box, and then tapping it in. Woo! Beautiful. Barnes, Peter Beardsley were unbelievable, players for Liverpool. Oh, Peter Beardsley, man, one of my favorites. They said he said some racist things and all that stuff. I don't know, but that shouldn't. I don't know, man. Sad how life turns out sometimes. But I don't want to get into the things like that. Liverpool expected to make a significant offer for Crystal Palace defender Mark Gahey. 24 years old he is as well, guys. Like I said, the average age will be 24 next season. Reports Telly Football. So there you go. There's a few things about Gahey. There's another one from Transfer News Live. Let me bring that up for you. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that's on, guys. Yeah, but please hit the likes for me. It's free. Just hit the like button. That's all I'm asking for. If you want to subscribe, but hit the notification bell if you subscribe, because I just do streams, out of the blue for you. Liverpool are expected to make obviously the same thing again from Mike Gahey. So they've got stats with Gahey, Konate, and Van Dijk. So let's just look at this as well. Let's see what they're saying. There we go. So let me take this off. And the chat. So there you go. Players with the best dual success rate in the Premier League last season, minimum 40 contested. So Konate is 75%, Gahey is 72%, Van Dijk is 68%. Okay, they're all close together. Bullet. Yeah. So imagine having these three in your defense next season. Surely to God, you're gonna be convinced about the Premier League again and Champions League. Surely, come on, guys, can't doubt that, man. You can't doubt that. Yeah, and there's another one from Gahey as well. It's saying agreement somewhere. Let me just share that with you before I get out of here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, I got a new hat, guys. White one. White Yankee hat, finally. White and black writing. Liverpool FC have reached a total verbal agreement with Mark Gahey and his camp over personal terms. This is Anfield Forge. So, as you can see, people, some people, they said, obviously they agreed. Some people are saying they're going to agree. As I said in the beginning of the stream, if you're getting rid of Kwanzaa, that means there's another defender coming in. So this could be true. If you know what I mean, this could be true. An agreement has happened. In order for you to get rid of another player, you have to agree with another player first, because we haven't got nothing outside Kwanzaa. Obviously, we've got Gomez, but Gomez is injury prone. So that's the worrying part of it. You can't just sell a player and there's no one coming in. You can't do that. That's impossible. That's impossible, man. Let me just put it that way. Let me bring the chat back. Let me see if there's anything else. It's just the same thing about Gahey again. Let me share the Milos Kerkez as well. There's something about agreement on that one as well. It says over here, Milos Kerkez, 21 to Liverpool, now considered a done deal. Full agreement reached with Bournemouth for the left back. Medical expected to take place next week. Reports. Pletty goal. So we already know his dad said he's coming to Liverpool, and the player is already holding up Liverpool banners, something like that. You know, the banners. So I think it's done. I think he's on his way to Liverpool. So I wouldn't worry about anything else, guys. Kerkez is a done deal. WIRTZ, we're going to hear about today. I hope Florian Friday. So it's today, and then we're going to hear about the next step for obviously Isak. But yeah, everything's done. With the Kerkez and Florian WIRTZ and Frimpong. 3 players that we needed the most. The 3 players we've got through the bat. What's next? Gomez says he's staying at Liverpool. Let me share this one with you as well. There's a lot of stuff coming out, guys. Thick and fast, man. I can't keep up with it. But it gives me more time to relax. And if there's any breaking news, I'll come back for you guys on the channel. Don't worry about that. Breaking, Joe Gomez wants to stay at Liverpool this summer, a decade in red and still hungry to keep going. That is from Anything Anfield. Yeah, if that's true, good luck to him if Liverpool decide to keep him. Let me just put it that way. So by selling, obviously, Kelleher and who else did we sell? Obviously, Kwanzaa. We've raised about 62 million. 62 million for them too, and then we're still going to sell the likes of Nunes, Elliott, they're saying. So that could go over 100 million, more than 150 million probably anyway. So that is good in the hood. So yeah, so we've raised 62 million already. We've got hopefully 3 players in, so it cuts down. And yeah, man, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So let me read the chat and I'm going to go off. Go to Uncle Rod's. It start at 11, guys. Please go to Uncle Rod's and subscribe to his channel. I'll do the thing for you as well. Let me see where I am on here. CJ says Alvarez isn't worth it. Obviously, that was there earlier. What else is there? Scotch Bear. Talking to each other still. Where was I in the comments? I don't want to lose you guys, you know what I'm saying? Barnes, Peter Beasley were playable. That's why I was earlier. Yes. Keep smashing the likes, people. Lampard was the main man in midfield for that Chelsea team. I agree with you, but obviously the goals come from Gerrard and Lampard, the different players in it to other people. SEN, I said it was the important part of that midfield. That's why I put SEN in there, brother. You know, David Silvers and Paul Scholes, they're the difference. These type of players are the difference, you know, in teams winning championships. And every team that's won a championship like we did last season, they have those type of players. That's what I've been trying to say to you, bro. McAllister plays a big part, trust me. Barnes, Paisley, Rush, best attack I've ever seen for Liverpool. Captain Sal says, I agree. So is Mark Gahey confirmed? No, not yet. But as I said, if Kwanzaa is leaving, there's someone coming the other side, and the report is Mark Gahey. You must have agreed something for Kwanzaa to leave first. That's what I'm saying. Is Isak a probability? Yes, it is. Anyone's a probability, because think about it this way, bro. You're the champions of England. Everybody wants to join you. We've beaten City and Bayern Munich to Florian WIRTZ. You're telling me Newcastle? Come on, bro. Let's be realistic here. Newcastle? I don't care if they're the richest club in the world. Players at that age want to win trophies, major trophies, not league cups. So he's got a chance of doing that at Liverpool Football Club. I just think Isak is a better footballer and finisher. Listen, CJ, it's up to you, bro. It's up to you. He's a good player. I agree with you 100%. Alvarez and Mac lineup, sorry, would be out of this world 100%, bro. That'd be sick, my brother. Sick. Oh man, I'll be over the moon. I'll be over the moon, my guy. I'll give you that, man, as well. Happy with Kirkes. He used to be a striker. I didn't know that, and knows how to shoot, unlike Robbo. Robbo in front of the box is something that's dreadful. Let's just put it that way, bro. Let's just put it that way. Robbo in front of the box is a nightmare. Like you just hope he scores every time you see him. Robbo, score please today. You're about 2 yards from the 6-yard box. Just hit the goal over the crossbar every time. I've had enough, man. I've had enough of it. But yeah, guys, honestly, thank you for tuning in. I hope the new guys obviously love the channel. I'll do this on a regular basis. I'm not new here. So if you want to come on and have your say in the chat with me and all that stuff, I'm free to do that whenever I'm on, bro. I remember when I met Steve Mack when I was younger in a car park, but I did not realize that he was a rat as well. I don't know if McManaman was a rat. Obviously, he's the first player to leave Liverpool for free. Would I consider him as a rat? We was never winning anything. You know what I mean? That's why I felt sorry for those players those days. Him, Robbie Fowler, and that. They deserve better, in my opinion. And I don't think we offered enough for them to, compete in the highest level, like winning the big trophies. That's why I don't really judge them that much compared to the rat. Not the rat. The Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's what I call him. But yeah. I don't know if McManaman was a rat. I don't know, man. We was never winning anything with them in the team anyway, bro. So, are they rats? It's debatable. Let me just put it that way. Everyone thinks Liverpool will walk the league if Isak signs. I think we still have a problem with the deep laying in the midfield. A deep laying midfielder along with a Robbo replacement is was what. So you're saying basically you need a DM that's going to play in that position, that's going to help complement everybody else. I agree with you 100%, Scottish Bear, 100 million %. We still need a DM. I'm not going to shirk away from that. I'm not running away from that. It just depends on Liverpool. If they sell Endo or get rid of Endo, there's a space open for a DM. Let me just put it that way. There's a space open for DM. So that's how it is. Yeah, guys, that's me, man. I haven't got anything else. I haven't seen anything new on the news. Please like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll be back probably later on today if Florian WIRTZ is announced. Or if not, I'll be back tomorrow around 2:30, the usual time I usually do. So just keep an eye out for me. Please go to Uncle Rod's. He's on there right now. He's taking the 11 o'clock slot. So go and subscribe to him as well. Let me just read out the comments before I go. Mr. Funk says, who would you thought these freaking Americans would finally... Who would have thought these freaking Americans would finally open that damn wallet? Flex on the Premier League. How good is it that the Americans teams are not doing well? First of all, I don't know where John W. Henry's wallet is gone. I mean, someone stole it from him. But as I said, I think in my opinion, our fan base has played a big part. The Tottenham game, the way we behaved in that game, the reaction towards the win, and the Crystal Palace game, the way we behaved as a football club and the fans. And then you look at the 1.5 million people in the streets for the celebration, the biggest celebration in events history, something like that, in football history. So if we're showing things like that, I think the nail was finally hit the head. I mean, they finally woke up saying, you know, we're this is dangerous. We're at a football club that's got, you know, this many fans. They react like this towards wins. They're this happy. You know, when you see things like that, it wakes you up, man. And I think that's what's finally happened to these owners. They're finally woken up. You know, we had those, you know, wins with the Champions League and the League Cups and the FA Cup, and we had those celebrations, but it wasn't as big as the last one. So I'm telling you guys, it's a big thing, man. When people see that, when people see things like that. All right, guys, I'm off, man. I hope you enjoyed this. I will be back. I don't know, whenever you see me, but please hit the likes and subscribe and all that good stuff. We're on the road to 3,000. Thank you to everybody that's been on here, and I'll see you soon. Go to Uncle Rod's. He's doing his show right now. Take care, everybody. Take care. There you